So why ATMS? Well, it proved to be a very effective tool for action tracking when we used it on the BP project. It provided visibility of the status of all actions to all interested parties, including clients. And so we're dealing with almost all of the major operators, BP, Shell, BG, all of these different companies. And so they actually have access into the system to see what's going on. Security of access and access control. So that's obviously important because we've got all these different clients and we need to ensure that we separate their data out so that we don't have clients accessing one another's data. So that was very important to us. Paperless approval workflow. And in most areas of the world where we're using ATMS, that is the case. We don't use any paper sign-off of actions. And yes, we're up to 6 approvals on actions today, so we've gone beyond the 3. There are places where clients still insist on signing things off in wet ink, so we do print the actions out and provide the attached documentation for them, and they sign them off. It has given us corporate oversight and reporting now, so we can see how things are going, whether actions are overdue, start looking at why they're overdue, what's preventing people resolving actions in a timely manner. We can see when these hazard and operability studies are being done, what the quality of the wording of the action text is. So is the facilitator actually recording actions that can be easily understood and resolved? So it's been a real benefit corporately to look over what's happening. It was easy to deploy without the need for IT specialists within Wood Group. Obviously, when we said, yes, we'll take it and can you set things up, Pisys have had to do things, but we haven't needed to rely on the in-house IT team to set things up for us. It was easy from an engineering perspective to configure the tool. Easy to use, and efficient to administer, and it has the automatic auditing and logging. So anything that we change is logged in by the system. So it's very easy to see what's been happening. The key issues for use and configuration for us was actually having a good procedure and a well understood process for what we were doing. So we have these process coordination methods with the swim lanes of responsibility all set up. So we already had this before we deployed ATMS, and it was very easy for us then to set all the workflow up and how everything would be done, both running up to the hazard and operability session, recording things, and how the actions would then be managed. And I mean, the key issue for me for software and for adopting ATMS was, licensing arrangements and costs. Do the people who are licensing software to us understand how it's used, whether it's continual or ad hoc usage? The entry cost of getting into using software. We don't use some applications simply because the upfront cost is so high that it's very difficult for us to, from an engineering perspective, to justify to management acquiring some software. Ongoing maintenance costs and the perception of benefit. We pay maintenance costs for some software without any perception of what's changing, what's happening to it. But that's not been the case with Pisys. Things have changed last year. At the end of last year, we upgraded to the newer version, which has given us some real benefits doing that. Ease of deployment. ATMS, easy to deploy. Didn't take very much effort at all. Access to the system from both internal personnel and external personnel. Configurability. Recognizing that flexibility can bring complexity, and that's been a key thing to actually keep things simple. and keep driving for that. And that development's based on user interests. And I've very much seen that with ATMS, that the developments that have been happening are very useful for us. And the quality of the software. And I have to say that when we've had to ring up Pisys and ask for things to be done, or there seems to have been an issue, they've been resolved very quickly, which gives me confidence that the software is well written and the people who are doing the work understand what they're doing. So that was a key driver as well for us adopting ATMS.